create new standards, I think something like this should be brought to the legislators as a resolution for them to start looking at this and really dissect this. And I don't believe in Williamson County anyone is making their students do things in a religious way. I just don't see that. But the facts are out there throughout the state that it is happening big time, and the nation. So this may be an opportunity to put forth a resolution like this, just to go on up and just put some of this in check for investigation and whatnot.
Mine's going to take a second to go on Dan's point. Whether it's a state issue or a national issue, it's a state or a national issue. It is not a Williamson County Schools issue because it's not happening here. We haven't had any field trips to mosques. We haven't had indoctrination. We haven't had any of that. The resolution last fall should be overarching, and should cover anything because we're in support of local control. It was unanimous. We said we want local control. Any issue, this or any other issue, that resolution should cover it. This is a political issue, and I'll go to a couple of points that Dr. Burgos mentioned. WCS parents, as an HR, as a human resources professional, there are 3 rules in human resources: document, document, document. And if you can't prove it, it didn't happen. And to say, oh, I don't want to say this, or it was a call and it was an email, I've done this for 3 years, and I document everything. You have to. And we got an email. I don't know if you guys had seen it yet or not. I answer all the emails. You know that. We also had conversations at both the Let's Talk Schools events. The constituent who asked us to answer a question publicly is my constituent, so I'm going to answer those for her directly here. Said she wanted to know, number 1, the exact number of Williamson County public school parents with children currently attending our public schools who feel their children or their child is being indoctrinated by attending social studies class. The answer is 0. And at least to me, and then all the emails that I've been copied on that are to the board, 0, not 1. Number 2, the exact number of Williamson County parents who do not have children currently in our school system that disagree with our social studies curriculum. We have Williamson County, by definition, or what she says in an email that came today, who disagrees. We got that 1 email today, so 1. And then the third one was the number of parents reporting that their child has changed religions as a result of attending 7th grade social. That answer is 0. The textbooks, when we say, oh, we want to protect our teachers, and we under the guise of protecting teachers and trusting teachers, to say that we don't trust you to look at the textbooks and that we're going to look at the textbooks, that's horrible. That's just saying we're going to do your job for you, and we're not the subject matter experts in this. You said it yourself that you're not a subject matter expert in this, but you want to see the textbooks and you want to approve the textbooks. And when you went through the whole thing of the pages versus standards and the quantities of this and quantities of that, 100 pounds of bowling balls looks a lot different from 100 pounds of feathers. They both weigh 100 pounds, but there's a lot more of one than the other. And so when you look at quantity versus quality and depth and all of that, you can't just go by pages and standards and all of that things and just try and measure it up and put a ruler to it. And my last thing to this, until we end up to another part of the conversation, we have a shortage of bus drivers. We have a problem with substitute teachers. We have things that are affecting our kids right now, and we're fooling around with this. It is not a problem in Williamson County schools. We have no issues. No one has come forward and said, my kid is being indoctrinated. My kid took a trip to a mosque. I know that you hear about it on the news and everything else, and it happens in Florida and Texas and Indiana, wherever. You know what? For anybody that's on this side, go home, pack up. It's a passion. I'm happy that you're passionate about the issue, but go home and pack up and move to where the problem is. Fight it there. Because I'm very sure we could crowdsource your moving fees and your moving costs and get you there quickly. It's not happening here. Go to where the problem is and fight the problem. I value, and I'm not saying this I'm not just throwing this out there. I value the fact that people are passionate. I value that it's a concern to you. It's not a concern in